prayer today is, Heavenly Father, there's no storm that God won't carry you through. No bridge that God won't help you cross. No battle that God won't help you win. Trust God and never give up. Amen.
Amen.
For financials on May 3rd, I approved, amongst other items, cash transfers from the general fund to the sheriff for the local match of the VAWA grant number 2021-WF-VA2-8214, $4,210.81 drop from, it was a drop of $4,210.81 from 2021. Cash transfer from the general fund to the county facility bond retirement fund for 2022 interest and principal debt payments. Encumbrance for contract PO from the Commissioner's Office to Main Design Limited for Phase 2 renovations and construction of the county buildings. Travel POs from the from the Common Pleas Court to attend the Ohio Common Pleas Judges Association Annual Summer Conference. Vouchers included $45,990 from the ADP Board to CDW Government for 1 year of Barracuda email protection services. $17,875 from Aging to Junction Auto Sales Incorporated for a 2022 model year GMC Terrain after a $10,000 trade-in of a 2017 GMC Terrain that was in an accident and was repaired. $33,162.66 from the Engineer to Precision Laser and Instrument Incorporated for a Trimble R12I GPC surveying unit. $275 from the Probate Court to Ohio Association of Magistrates for travel-related expenses paid by the auditor in the protest because the wrong account number is being utilized.
Okay.
Thank you, Jerry, for taking that breather.
And then on,
It starts with April 27th.
April 27th. Yeah. So on April 27th, for the Department of Water Resources, I approved and executed the Ohio Water Development Authority Fund Payment Request number 15, 16, 17, and 18 for technical services by GPD Group Incorporated for the Chardon Township Wastewater Treatment Plant and Sewer Project, in the amounts of number 15, $15,293.36, number 16, $1,152.71, number 17, $4,641.43, and number 18 was $25,657.43. On April 28th, concurred with Bainbridge Township trustees in not requesting a hearing on the liquor license being requested by ARDZ2 Incorporated, located at 17800 Chillicothe Road, Suite 108B, Bainbridge, Ohio. On May 2nd, approved for the Department of Development, accepted the resignation of Lisa Moriarty, permit supervisor, to be effective May 6, 2022. And maintenance, accepted the resignation of Andrea Scheid, part-time general communications clerk / switchboard operator, to be effective April 22nd, 2022. Approved hiring David Heller to the position of full-time summer help at the rate of $10.25 per hour, to be effective May 16th, 2022 through September 30th, 2022, or the start of school, whichever comes first, for up to 21 weeks, not to exceed a combined total of 960 hours worked in 2022. And for the Commissioners, approved and executed a service contract agreement with Ubuntu Wellness LLC to provide 2 chair massage stations on May 5th, 2022 for the Employee Health and Wellness Expo at the cost of $1 per minute per chair and an amount not to exceed $600,000.
No.
Or $600, I'm sorry. Sorry, $600. Yeah, there's a big difference.
There's a huge difference there.
Yeah. Sorry, $600, and that was through the wellness grants. May 3rd, 2022, for the Department of Development, I granted permission to advertise for the position of permit supervisor. I'm sorry, this is Department of Development building. For the position of permit supervisor, this position will remain posted until filled.
That was Lisa's question.
And on May 5th, for maintenance, I approved the increase to the current posting for the position of technology maintenance from 2 to 3 positions. These positions will remain posted until filled. I accepted the resignation of Austin Norton, maintenance worker, to be effective May 13th, 2022. Approved hiring Kimberly Monturi to the position of part-time general communications clerk / switchboard operator at the rate of $11.82 per hour, to be effective May 23rd, 2022, with a 1-year probationary period. This offer of employment is contingent upon the successful completion of the required pre-employment conditions. And approved hiring Nicholas Tilk to the position of full-time summer help at the rate of $10.50 per hour, to be effective May 2022 through September 30th, 2022, or the start of school, whichever comes first, for up to 21 weeks maximum of 840 hours.
I'm sorry, that was me.
May 9th.
Are you done?
I
That was
believe
it.
so.
Thank you. Is that ready for 2?
That would be number 3. We're up to 3.
We're up to 3.
We're up to 3.
Transit.
That would be transit.
I thought he was done, but I wanted to make sure Jerry was done.
It's been busy. Good morning.
All right, I have 2 of them. The first one is transfers requested board to approve and authorize the president of the board to execute the Ohio Department of Transportation, Office of Transfer Transportation, to amend the grant. They awarded us $247,541 additional in state grants, but they were gonna do a separate grant, and they decided to put it all in one grant and amend it, so that lowers my local cash. The state grant picks up an additional $247,000 this year.
Good.
So this amendment is just to give me more money in grants.
Oh, nice. Yeah,
Good.
I'll make that motion. Second.
Commissioner Spudler.
Aye.
Commissioner Lennon.
Yes.
Commissioner DeBoer.
Yes.
All right, number 4 is requesting the board to approve and execute the contract between Melzer's Fuel Service. We have 2 tanks on the property already. We've been getting fuel through them. State bid does not include tanks, it's just delivering fuel, so we have to maintain them, so I wanted to stay with the tanks we have. Melzer's has agreed and done this contract, we're gonna come under state bid, so that way, don't have to worry about state bid, they're gonna come under state bid, so they'll go ahead and the tanks will be there, they'll maintain, and they take care of all of the
They will.
EPA
Okay.
regs and everything.
Oh, good, okay.
So that's what the
Makes
lease of the tanks is, because they maintain them, and then, so this is the contract to get the fuel at lower than state bid.
Excellent,
I'll
okay.
make that motion.
Second.
Commissioner Spudler.
Aye.
Commissioner Lennon.
Yes.
Commissioner DeBoer.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Great,
Thank
thank
you.
you.
This is on the financials today because it needed to be, she needs to get filled in.
Okay, next item on the agenda is the financials, which include an encumbrance from the commissioners to Downey's Independence for change order number 13 and 14 for revisions to the building for closed face downspouts and additional adjustments to cabling and systems for ADP. There's a then and now, which includes interest and late fees from the auditor's office to the Ohio Attorney General's office for court costs assessed to the auditor's office that went unpaid and were certified to the Ohio Attorney General's office. There are travel POs from the engineer's office to attend the Extreme Ownership Muster Leadership Conference, from JFS to attend the 2022 National Adult Protective Services Association Annual Conference, from the Juvenile Court to attend the 2022 Ohio Bailiffs and Court Officers Association Spring Conference, and from the Probate Court to attend the 2022 Ohio Association of Probate, Juvenile, and Domestic Relations Judges Annual Summer Conference. Among the vouchers are $56,897 from the Sheriff's Office to Telecommunications Systems Incorporated for 911 Data Master and Solacom address updates for the dispatch centers, and $10,650 from the Treasurer's Office to Smartville Limited for the printing and mailing of the second half 2022 property tax bills.
Make that motion.
Second.
Commissioner Spudler.
Aye.
Commissioner Lennon.
Aye.
Commissioner DeBoer.
Yes.
Thank you. Do you want me to do the 6 and 7?
If you want to.
The next 2 items on the agenda are one's for the auditor's office, one's for the treasurer's office. These are to accept, execute, and file the monthly statement of county finances, which the county auditor and the treasurer both filed for the months of January and February of 2022.
Make that motion.
Second.
Mr. Spiller?
Aye.
Mr. Lundey?
Aye.
Mr. DeBoer?
Yes.
Thank you very much.
All right. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm well, how are you?
Good.
I'd like to ask the motion be approved requesting the Board of Commissioners approve and execute the contract agreement with RDT Brunswick Storage Systems.
And what, can you explain what this is?
Yes. They will be engineering, manufacturing, and installing a new storage system in the location for the title office at Ravenwood. They will also be removing the current mobile storage unit, currently housed at 470 in the title office, to the new location as well.
Okay, so you're gonna keep the old one and then get a new one? Is that what's
Correct.
going on? Okay.
Correct.
And, this is separate from our moving, expense because of why? You know, why are we doing this separate?
We're adding additional.
Well, the additional, but,
I think it's because of the type of system it is.
Correct.
We want to have the manufacturer.
Professional do it.
The ones who know what they're doing.
okay, okay.
Sorry, rather than.
And they actually installed it when we purchased it from the health department several years ago.
Oh, I see. Okay, so this is an old existing one that you've repurposed?
Yes.
Yeah.
And then we will need additional, because we can't take what's on the walls down.
I see, well, okay. Gotcha,
Yeah.
gotcha. Very good.
I'll make that motion.
Second, in discussion real quick, this will happen when, it says location for the period May 10th, July, so just in between those dates, whenever you're ready to move? is
Right,
that-
they need approximately a 9-week lead time to get everything built, moved, and installed.
Excellent. What are these, I mean, it sounds like there's, I don't know what they look like. What are they, these like big filing cabinets, or what are these things?
Yes, the new ones are 8 foot long,
Yeah.
and they actually roll side to side.
Oh, okay, okay.
So,
Yep,
yeah.
yep. Very good.
I put the pictures.
Okay.
Oh, there is, in the proposal, there's.
There might, when you go through this, Tim,
Yeah.
there's I think there's a picture
Okay.
of what
Yeah.
they look like.
And just a quick question, is this coming out of, this additional is coming out of the general fund, or is this coming out of your budget?
CTA, out of my budget.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, very
Yeah.
good. Great. That's all I got.
Mr. Spiller?
Aye.
Mr. Lundey?
Yes,
Mr. DeBoer?
Yes.
great, thank you so
Thank you
much.
very
Thanks for coming in.
Sheila, I'll get back to you later, when we're done here, from the message on Friday. I apologize, Friday and yesterday.
Oh, that's okay.
Completely got away from me,
Okay,
so.
thank you.
Good morning, Shane.
Morning.
Morning.
A few items on here today. Start off, item number 9, Engineer's Office is requesting the board approve and execute the enterprise contract with Grade Line Incorporated for the Munn Road Bridge replacements in Auburn Township in the amount of $312,046.00.
Okay,
That motion.
second,
Mr. Spiller?
Aye.
Mr. Lundey?
Yes.
Mr. DeBoer?
Yes.
Thank you. Item 10, County Engineer's Office is requesting the board approve and execute Resolution 22-057, ordering of the asphalt resurfacing of Auburn Road, County Highway 0004, sections N through O in Munson Township. And the resolution also requests the board execute the cover sheet of the bid specifications. And further, the resolution sets the bid date for Wednesday, June 1st, 2022 at 2 p.m. Notice of the bid will be advertised on May 12th and on the county website.
I'll make that motion.
second,
Mr. Spiller?
Aye.
Mr. Lundey?
Yes.
Mr. DeBoer?
Yes.
Item 11, Engineer's Office requesting the board approve and execute Resolution 22-058, ordering asphalt resurfacing of Munn Road, County Highway 32, sections A through C in Auburn Township. Also requesting the board execute and sign the cover sheet for the bid specifications and set the bid opening for June 1st at 2:05 p.m. Notice the bid will be advertised on May 12th and on the county website.
I'll make that motion.
second,
Mr. Spiller?
Aye.
Mr. Lundey?
Yes.
Mr. DeBoer?
Yes.
Thank you. And finally, the county engineer's office requesting board approve and execute the resolution 22-059, ordering of the replacement of the Farmington Road Bridge, structure 0018-01-2096, Parkland Township. Resolution also requests the board approve and execute the cover sheet and bid specifications, and resolution sets the bid opening also as June 1st, 2022 at 2:10 p.m. Notice of the bids will be advertised on May 12th and on the county website.
Okay, I'll make that motion.
Second?
Commissioner Spudler.
Aye.
Commissioner Lyon.
Aye.
Commissioner DeBoer.
Yes.
Gentlemen, Sam?
Hey, I was gonna send you a text. Hvac Friday.
Yes, am I
Jan?
needed?
Jan? Yes, please.
I can.
I have a meeting Friday morning, so if you could attend for me.
Okay,
Okay, I'll send you the invite.
all right.
Okay, thank you. Yep.
Good to see you.
The next two, I'll take the next two items. The next two items deal with the airport authority. This, I don't know if you remember, but back about 4 or 5 months ago, I think it was, the purchase agreement with Mr. Hodgins to purchase the property on 608 there in front of the airport. The purchase agreement that was signed and approved back then had a deadline of, I believe it was February 30th. They did not get the grant from the FAA timely. They now got the grant. Mr. Hodgins agreed to keep the purchase agreement the same as it was. So this is just basically reapproving and re-signing
And the extension,
purchase
everything
agreement.
okay,
Yeah. and then-
rental and all that.
Right, and then the next thing would be the execute the FAA Airport Improvement Program Sponsor Certificate, which is the grant from the FAA.
And we'll still be on
Pre-grant.
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 pre-grant, okay, so it hasn't been awarded
It
yet.
hasn't been officially awarded.
This is just the application.
This is the, kind of the, we submitted they submitted the application. This is the, we still agree that we'll abide by the grant.
Okay,
And then,
This is the whole patterns of interest, real property acquisition, selection of consultant, and drug-free workplace.
okay. And the,
so the purchase agreement is the same as it was.
Revised date.
Okay, very good.
The only thing that's changed is the dates.
yeah. Okay, very good. I'll make the motion.
Second that?
Commissioner Spudler.
Aye.
Commissioner Lyon.
Yes.
Commissioner DeBoer.
Yes.
And
The
that was
previous
13
one
and 14,
was-
correct?
Yes, the previous one expired February 1st, there is a clear date of February 1st.
Good morning.
Morning.
Hello. How are you?
Good,
Real
how are
quick,
you?
was that on 13 and 14?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
The Department on Aging is requesting the board approve the promotion of Nathan Morton to a full-time employee for a home-delivered meals and volunteer coordinator position. Nathan has been with us for about 5.5 years at the department. He's done an excellent job. We were very impressed with his enthusiasm about the job, his knowledge and skills about the position itself, and certainly his critical thinking skills impressed us the most.
Great.
He did a wonderful job problem solving, so we are happy to offer him his position. It's approved.
Oh, that's great. Well, that's a very important position. I know there's a lot of planning that goes into getting that accomplished.
Yes. From going from A to Z to get that meal out is a huge job.
Yeah.
And I think Nathan has really shown in his current position that he's been able to do a lot of that already, getting the meals prepared, getting them ready for the volunteers. He knows a lot of our population because he has driven every route
Mhm.
in the county.
Right.
And I think he's the only employee that's ever done that.
Done it, yeah.
Or
Now,
he's
where
been
does
on
he,
every
where does he
route.
operate out of?
West Geauga.
West Geauga, okay,
Mhm.
okay, great.
Yeah, I'll make that motion.
That's great. Sounds like you have a good employee there. Second?
Commissioner Spudler.
Aye.
Commissioner Lyon.
Yes.
Commissioner DeBoer.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Very good.
Have a
Thank
day.
you.
The nice thing about that too is the previous employee that was in that position is still with the department.
Oh, good,
So there'll be
okay, okay.
internal training, he's not gonna be thrown.
Morning,
in.
Dennis. How are you?
Very good.
Good.
Hey, Dan.
Go ahead.
Morning. Here, ask for approval to grant permission to advertise to hold a public hearing for adjusting our permit fee schedule. Public hearing dates would be May 24th and June 7th, advertised this May 12th and May 19th. Went through and adjusted some of our rates. Biggest changes are we haven't really touched residential much, just tweaked it a little bit. Just hitting the hot topics, the decks and the sheds, just sort of arranging it sort of, we're having small base fees as opposed to tying it into all alterations and additions and stuff, so to keep those prices a little bit down. And the same thing with, on the commercial side of thing, big changes, our permits were based off of valuation, how much the project was costing. We're kind of making that switch to the square footage. We were finding that a lot of the mom and pops moving into some of the strip plazas were being affected, having a high permit fee for doing small alterations in a strip plaza, so we just kind of wanted to address that a little bit and make the change so that truly we're charging for the square footage of area that we're looking at as opposed to the value of the project that's actually taking place. So, just making some alterations to the permit fee schedule to, cover our costs and make sure that we stay ahead of the game.
Okay, so I'll make
Very
that
good.
motion.
Second, and when was the last time that you did adjustments?
So we've done them every 3 years. When I started in 2012, we did it then, and then we've adjusted every 3 years
Okay.
since then.
Okay.
And this ends up being our 3rd year for that, so.
Yeah.
Good deal.
Okay, very good.
Commissioner Spudler. Aye. Commissioner Lyon.
Yes.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Thank
Yes.
you, Dan.
Thank you, Dan.
Morning.
Morning, Gina.
All right. Community and Economic Development is requesting the board approve and execute resolution number 22-060, authorizing Hvac County to enter into the Economic Development Revolving Loan Fund Administration Agreement with the State of Ohio Department of Development, and further approve and authorize the President of the Board to execute the Economic Development Revolving Loan Fund Administration Agreement for the period January 1, 2021 through December 31st, 2023.
I'll make that motion.
Second,
Commissioner Spudler.
Aye.
Commissioner Lennon.
yes.
Commissioner DeBoer.
Yes.
Second one here is Community and Economic Development is requesting the board to acknowledge receipt of the statements of qualifications for the architects and engineering firms to be considered for projects by the department under the Commissioner's hiring authority and remain on file for 1 year through May 2023, including Envelop Consulting Services, Fogel Stencil Architects Incorporated, TDA Then Design Architecture, Byron D. Myers Architect LLC, Envelope Consulting Services, Greenland Engineering, Tech Incorporated Engineering and Design, Smolin Engineering, Hassan Associates Engineering Incorporated, and GPD Group and CT Consultants.
I'll make that motion.
Great. Second,
Commissioner Spudler.
Aye.
Commissioner Lennon.
yes.
Commissioner DeBoer.
Yes.
Thank you.
Maintenance.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Is
How are you?
Is Glenn in hot pursuit, fixing a pipe or something?
He's
or-
in a meeting, so he said, I'm Sue Sokowski.
Hi.
I'm the fiscal budget officer.
Morning, morning.
Good morning. We are requesting approval of a one-year agreement with Hvac Mechanical for HVAC related maintenance and repairs, not to exceed $40,000 for the year. The last contract we had was for $45,000 for the 1 year, but we spent less than $20,000, so it's all, of course, as needed.
Yeah, it's a not
Hard
to exceed, yeah.
Yes. Hard
And
to
and this will
predict.
be for any building that, or any
Correct.
system that might come up in the county, yeah.
I'll make that motion.
Second,
Commissioner Spudler.
Aye.
Commissioner Lennon.
Yes.
Commissioner DeBoer.
Yes.
Thank you. Have a good day.
appreciate it.
Okay, I'm covering the water resources. This is just one of their standard service contracts to put in place with South Shore Controls Incorporated to provide electrical maintenance, upgrade, and services as needed for a year. The amount of $45,000.
I'll make that motion.
Second,
Commissioner Spudler.
Aye.
Commissioner Lennon.
yes.
Commissioner DeBoer.
Yes.
And the next item is regarding the building down, the new office building. This is to payment number 18 for Donley's to approve the president of the board to sign that for the amount of $870,576.02.
Move.
Second,
Commissioner Spudler.
Aye.
Commissioner Lennon.
Aye.
Commissioner DeBoer.
Aye.
got a lot of signing today.
I can reach the bottom of that file. That's fine. That one also has to be signed from the other day. If that mixed. I opened this one because it's the resolution is here, but then we have to sign the cover page. It's in the middle. Sorry, it was a lot.
Good.
Um,
Executive session.
Item 22, the Commissioner's Office requesting the board move into executive session for purpose of discussing compensation for public employees. Is there a motion to do that?
I'll make that motion.
Second?
Mr. Fuller?
Aye.
Mr. Lund?
Yes.
Mr. Cook?
Yes. Take the time.
10:12. Anybody else besides Jerry?
No comments from the,
They're going into executive session.
After the item 22.
any included?
Oh, you're not part of
I will say right.
I can read that.
I'm getting old.
You guys still have to sign these. That's Jim's pile.
Oh, there they are.
Are you ready? I have you returning at 10:50 a.m. I have action. Commissioner's Office is requesting the board adjust the wage scales and compensation of the non-bargaining unit employees under the hiring authority of the Board of County Commissioners with the exception of the Department of Job and Family Services, effective with the 2022 payroll number 11, May 15th, 2022, by an increase of 5%, rounding the adjusted hourly rate to the nearest penny. Postings for current job openings will be revised to reflect this change.
So moved.
Second.
Commissioner Spudler?
Aye.
Commissioner Lennon?
Yes.
Commissioner DeBoer?
Yes.
Yes. What's that?
One second.
Okay, okay.
Is there any public comment today? What's your name again?
Linda Carey?
Linda Carey.
Yes. Jerry, last night we asked you what the total number of the loan that the residents will be paying. Do you know if it's 3.1 or 3.6 yet?
The,
Oh, regardless. I think that Prosecutor Flays has interpreted the final rule incorrectly. I honestly think that ARPA funds can be used, and I'm going to contact the U.S. Treasury and the Department of Commerce. If they say that the ARPA funds can be used, will you put aside $3.1 or $6 million, whatever number Jerry gives you? Will you do a resolution putting that aside until we hear from them, so that we are confident that there'll be funds sitting there for us if the U.S. Treasury approves it?
You're asking us to do what now? You want us to set aside 3.4 million? for-
Whatever the number is that Jerry gives you. Because you guys said you would help us, and you said if you were able to use your ARPA funds, you would. So now I'm asking you, can you put a hold on 3 whatever million until we get an answer from the U.S. Treasury whether you can use ARPA funds, because I think Prosecutor Floyd is wrong,
Okay.
and I'm not the only one.
Right. If you read the documentation.
Yeah, we've read it. We've read it, and our prosecutors read it, and he's the legal counsel for the board. And its opinion is what the board is gonna follow.
But
Now-
you've gotten 3 opinions from him that we've disputed, and he just keeps coming up with new ones. I'd like to go to the source and ask them to verify if
Okay.
the funds can actually be used or not.
I'd like to wait till you hear back from the two
What if
departments
it's
that you're
3
reaching
weeks from
out.
now and you guys already gave the money away, like what happened with the courthouse money?
Mhm.
I mean,
Nobody's given the courthouse money away yet. I mean, there's been no official decision on what that money's being used for yet. No action has been taken.
I thought that
I mean,
10 million.
that's probably gonna be the intent, but it hasn't officially happened, so.
Okay, we were told that the money
And
was
I was wrong last night when I made the comment about that 10 million could have been used for this project. Further discussion with Prosecutor Flay said that that 10 million still could not have been used to pay off the
I mean,
assessments.
yeah, the rules still apply, just because it's one set of money or the other, the rules still apply. His opinion still is that you cannot use ARPA money for the projects predating that March 3rd, 2021, or the paying back old loans. I mean, look, when that first came out, we thought of that for the county administrative building, using those funds to pay off that loan, but it predates the
The
March 3rd.
thing is, you guys have the loan, we don't.
Okay, okay.
I mean, I'm not, I think that it can be interpreted that you guys have the loan, you guys can't use the money, but we have an assessment and we can.
Mhm.
It uses the word debt.
I would just like to talk to them and find out, because I think you're wrong. I think
Okay.
he's wrong.
Have you set up an appointment with the prosecutor, go and talk to him directly?
No, I don't wanna talk to him, I know what his
Well,
opinion is.
you're calling him out to us, saying that he's wrong.
I'm
Go
not
and-
calling
go and
him
talk
out,
to him.
I just wanna go to the source.
Okay, then go to the source, because that's who our legal opinion is
No,
coming from.
no, I mean, I want
So
to
go
contact
to, I'm
with
just telling you,
Treasury.
I think that Commissioner Lennon explained it to you. That's our legal counsel,
I agree,
okay?
I know.
So if you've got a problem with that, set up an appointment to go talk to him. You guys continue to yell at us. At the end of the day, you're calling
Why
him
is
out.
he never at these meetings so we can ask
Okay,
him?
but I'm saying, you're calling him out, then go and set up an appointment and talk to him, and you ask all the
I'm
questions
not
you want.
calling him out, I'm just saying personally, I think he's wrong.
Okay,
And
well
I
then,
want to
so what are
confirm
you
that.
doing right now?
Huh?
You're saying he's wrong, okay?
I
You're calling
think
him out
he
that
is.
he's wrong.
I'm not saying he
So
is
go
wrong,
and
I
talk
think
to
he
him.
is, I'm not a lawyer, but
So go talk to him, okay? I'm not a lawyer
I don't
either.
wanna talk to him, I wanna talk to the
Well,
treasurer.
go to the source then. If that's who we're getting our legal opinion from, then go to talk to the
I have the
prosecutor.
source that
Who do
put
you,
out the final rule.
Okay?
The Treasury.
Who would you appeal his decision to if we wanted to go to the next step up? Would be the state?
To be honest with you, I don't know what the,
No, you don't
what
wanna
the
pay,
answer
you
is
don't
to
wanna pay
that.
for an attorney.
No, Tim, yes, the attorney general.
Okay.
Mike,
Yeah. I just want to, I want to thank, commend Jerry for being, holding his temper last night. I think he
Really.
managed.
Seriously?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, he did a good
Yeah,
job.
just kiss him.
Holding it. That was a long, grueling meeting, and I want to thank
Oh, my God.
Mr. Dvorak for having the respect for us to show up. But I still feel that the county should bear the major responsibility for our situation. The parcels selection seem to be indiscriminate. There's 10 parcels whose total property flows the other direction, flows west instead of east. There are 5 parcels along Omar whose entire property behind the house flows west. 2 parcels within the Berkshire Heights development on Twain, they're platted in the development on the other side of the creek, flow to the creek, but were not included for some reason. 2 lots east of those also flow to the creek, but weren't included. So if we take the parcels that actually flow to the creek, that would actually be 102, not 113. The system is permitted at 49,000 gallons a day. That's 434 gallons per house. According to the Ohio Administrative Code, the required flow is 120 gallons per day per bedroom. These are mostly 3-bedroom and some 2 bedrooms. I haven't found and all the ones that have larger footprints, I've checked every one of them on the real link, and every one of those is still 3 bedrooms. They may have had a garage addition or something. So with all that, it still just comes up to 40,000 gallons a day, yet the system was sized
I
at,
think that, not to interrupt you, but I just, we need to get this done. I think that, Jerry Morgan explained to you, I mean, he's also a sanitary engineer, worked at Water Resources
Yeah.
for many, many years. The way that the EPA is set up is they set up a standard of what you have to have for the stations.
120 gallons per day per bedroom.
I don't know what the number is. I mean, Jerry would probably be able to tell you, but what I'm saying is they established that, and we have to comply. It's just that simple. I mean, it's frustrating, and I get it, but this is what we are going through in our whole world with
Well,
government.
with all due respect, I've talked to the people at the Ohio EPA that issued the permits or were involved with it.
Have you read the findings in order?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
But I've also talked to the people,
Mhm.
and it's 120 gallons per day per bedroom. So, that doesn't add up.
No.
Oddly, though, the Legend Lakes, the clubhouse there, the rules for that, which we have allowed to, we have been granted permission to tie in, is 50 gallons per day per individual based on their occupancy permit. They are advertising 150 capacity. So that adds up to about 7,500 gallons a day, which brings us pretty darn close to that 49,000. I think a lot of people kind of suspicious about the relationship with Legend Lakes.
We have no relationship.
Well, all right, I will accept that, but
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
telling
just
you,
telling
most people don't believe that, but,
To be quite honest with you, and I don't even know what the ownership is there, and I don't know if the other commissioners do, but there's no relationship.
John Brick and Todd Peterson, I believe.
Okay. So.
all right, well, I'm just trying to plead my case, our case, that the county should bear more responsibility for our situation.
So last night, it was explained about the tie-ins, how that'll work, up to $8,000.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's greatly appreciated.
Mhm. And then with reducing the fees, right?
Yeah, all the fees would be waived from the Water Resources, but the services will be provided. And the interest rate is lowered.
Yeah,
Not a lot, but it's lowered. So we're trying, and you
I
add all
appreciate
that
it.
up, and it's about $1 million that we're participating in this sewer plant.
What is the change in the interest rates? Do you have that hand?
Pardon me?
Does anybody know that off the top of their
What?
head, what the change in interest rates were?
I think it was originally 1.85, and we're reducing it to 1.33.
1.1?
33.
Thank you very much.
One more comment. Chuck, you want to?
Yeah, well, the thing that struck me last night in the meeting is that we know the timeline of events that happened. We have the notes. I have actual documents of when the pipe was hit, when, I have known this all along. And even in the testimony in court, that Dave Sage, who's no longer with the county, had specified that for years, the county has known that this problem exists, and the health departments and the water resources has known because of reports of this, and nothing was done. So this is where we have to look at how things can change going forward, because we're stuck. All of the other sewer things that you are concerned with, that these people will get upset if you take ARPA money and pay for their projects. A large portion of their projects were paid for with grants. Of according to this body, there's no grant money that we can get. The well is dry. So, they got government assistance with their programs. We've gotten nothing. The government, the local government, has been aware, whether it's in writing or, and I'm trying to get more records of this. If the county acted, if the health district acted, if Department of Water Resources acted on all these reports reportedly that have been known for years, even before this happened, why are we here? Is it laziness? Is it ineptitude on the county's behalf? Why are we here? That's my concern, is I don't know who was at the helm during all of those years. I haven't traced that back. But is it just the county fumbling around? Because if it's as widespread as it's being said that the majority of the septics will fail, why are we here? That's my concern.
Because the county didn't do their job.
The county hasn't done their job.
We're paying for it now. And my neighbors are gonna lose their homes.
There was 1 million parts per million of raw sewage coming in from
That's
that
At two
testing.
locations.
Yeah.
The rest, where,
I mean, this
where,
is because of failing septic systems on small lots.
I agree, but
Yeah.
40% of the people in there have upgraded their septic systems, and they're taking the biggest hit.
No, yeah.
Okay, now you couple that, so now you have this mysterious comment tile. This quote comment tile, the development was put in the 50s. I'd say at least from the 80s, there's been ways to map this mysterious comment tile that runs through, and where it terminates, we don't know. That's never been proven, okay? So you have this, nothing's ever been done. Point of sale inspections, even up to the moratorium, people selling their houses in there, their septics passed and they were 50-year-old septic systems. So how does this change? Because the next people down the line are going to get hit with this, and the next people after that, and the next people after that. The county, the health department didn't do their jobs, didn't protect the citizens. And you can say, well, it's the homeowner's responsibility to tattle on themselves. I don't know if it is or if it isn't, but the health district's job is to maintain the health of the citizens. So that's my problem. You know, we look at responsibility, especially the people that upgraded their septics. We didn't ask for this. I didn't ask for this, but now I have to crush my investment and connect because it's now the law.
Once
So-
EPA comes in, they're driving the bus, and we have to follow what they say. I know it sucks. It really does. And there's probably going to be a couple people that's going to lose their homes, and it's terrible. It's very terrible.
And that's the sad thing.
So if
when this
the-
body has a way
Right.
to help, and the government, we rely on you as our elected officials to have reason and to take action. For 70 years, no action was taken since that development and the common tile was put into place. Until that pipe was hit, I didn't even know, and I lived there for 22 years.
Yeah, I never had my septic system tested.
So,
No,
this is,
and I think that's been a topic for a long time, that should those systems should the homeowners be charged to have an inspection once a year, come out, inspect, keep records, making sure that your septic system is maintained, that it's up to code, that it's up to, that's,
But there are already 3,500 inspections behind.
right, well, that's just it, you know.
But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So who's culpable here? The homeowner, the county, the health district? What is the?
I agree.
If you, if
It's
you're,
completely unreasonable for the EPA to come in, like I've said it, we've said it for years, they're coming in and jamming a square peg through a round hole, basically, and they don't really give a shit who's in their way.
I
That's
get it.
basically that, if you pick up the phone and go call them, they'll say the exact same thing, basically, I'm saying.
I
And
get
it's
it,
just-
I met with
but-
them, and they said, your septic will eventually fail, we're just gonna make you put in sewers.
Yeah.
I get it, I know what the EPA does.
Yeah.
The problem is the path that led us here has to change.
Mhm.
The health department has to be aware, because as a citizen, I have rights. I have rights to have the health department cite me, and then I have a certain amount to fix it. As any other citizen in this county, I don't have those rights. Those were negated. So how do we change it going forward? Because that's my concern, and that's, I think, the most critical thinking that needs to be done.
Without naming names, there's definitely developments that are, that could go through this exact same thing right now.
Oh, I know who they are,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I think, it's a matter of time, I think of the EPA is kind of sitting like a vulture on the fence, just waiting, for the next one.
Yeah.
I don't know what initiates that process, or when they feel like they want to get involved in that, or not get involved in it. It's not like you said, you're not calling the health department on yourself, right?
Right.
I mean, so
One of the things that doesn't, where government works and where government doesn't work is, we're not in charge of the health district. It's a separate entity. We can't tell them what to do. We can't hire or fire a director or anything else. They're totally separate. The board controls that. And what they did or didn't do 10 years ago or 15 years ago, that's has nothing to do with the commissioners. But
we
we're
don't
all wrapped
vote
in this
for
together.
We don't vote for the health district either, so we're citizens, so we have to go to our only representation
But you
and
vote for
voice
the
our
trustees
concerns.
that vote for that board.
What's that?
You vote for trustees that vote for that board.
Yeah, there's one vote per political subdivision. There's like 20 or 21. One
End
from
of
the
the day,
city.
the residents still are totally in control of the vote. And the trustees make that decision.
Well, I mean, we share our same concerns with our trustees as well. Our same, we have no voice. That's what I'm getting at. We have, our rights were negated. We have no voice. We come to you and you say, well, we don't control the health department. Then who do we yell at? Because our voice is not being heard. Nothing's being done.
But I disagree with you on that.
I mean,
We agreed to do the tie-in, and it's, and get the money for that. Basically that's another $1 million plus.
and plus the original price, I know probably nobody likes to hear it, but the original price was $5.2 million.
Right.
We've got that down. I know the grants weren't a lot, it was only 600 grand or 500 grand, but the original impact was gonna be a heck of a lot more. Now with helping with the tie-ins and speaking to a lot of the residents that aren't here today that I've spoken with privately, they've said to me the biggest issue they've had with this was not so much the $1,000 a year assessment, was the initial impact of up to $10,000. Some people, crushing their system, tying in, or if if they have their system was in the backyard, having to come around the front, or so, write me a check for 10 grand right now. That I think, to say we haven't done anything is, we have gotten this down to a level that is on par with other systems in the county.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
The problem is the other, granted, the grants have dried up, but that's the problem. We're getting hit with this, and we're bearing the brunt of this.
Right.
And you're looking at pretty much erasing, even if you own the homes in there outright, erasing any equity that exists.
Right.
And the saleability of the house.
The thing, I know it probably doesn't feel like it right now, but there is value added in what is. It's not like we're not getting anything in return. We're getting you're getting a sewer system that you're not going to have to maintain anymore. I know it's probably not what you decided or wanted to do, but there is value. I think you could argue once all of these are tied in and up and running, I would think it would help the value of that area.
Actually,
And I think if you go look at other marketed, if you look at other areas, maybe not in Geauga County, but in other areas, the value would go up.
not in my lifetime, but
No.
potentially
I think
after
it
the
will.
debt is paid,
Yeah.
30 years from now.
Yeah, but I think
Yeah.
the value added of that sewer is there. It's not like we're not talking about anything.
Right, but
So
then,
I know,
then our roads, our streets inside the development detract from that. So now we're at a moot point.
right. Well, the roads, you know, I'm not up to speed on what's happening with township roads. I would imagine that is something that the township trustees will be able to help you with that. I don't know what.
The problem is now we have,
Yeah.
we're all the main, down every road, a swale developing, because it was not, every 12 inches was not compacted correctly, and so now we have soil shift due to freeze thaw, and now we have, so even paving our roads right now is ridiculous, because it's gonna continue to settle for the next 3 to 5 years. And so now we have to live with gravel roads, which at one time we had paved streets. So that detracts from our home value. So you keep adding all of this stuff up, there's no benefit, I won't see the benefit in my lifetime.
Damn, that really puts me on the spot.
Do you guys still agree that if ARPA funds can be used, you will use them to help us?
Well, we are using ARPA funds.
No, I mean, if they,
We
for
are
the
using
assessment,
ARPA funds
For the,
for the tie-in.
for your project, yep.
But if the treasury says that you can use it to help with the assessment, would you do that?
You can't use it for that.
Well, we
If they
understand,
said,
we understand that's the legal
Yeah.
opinion you have, but
but
I
if they
think what
said,
she's saying is if
I'll
she
just
goes
come back when it's
above
done.
that and,
I'd be happy
It's
to,
a
you know, if you come up
different
with a opinion of some sort, if you can get
I'll get it
a
written.
different definition of that, then we'd be happy
I'd
to
like to
look
see
at
it.
it.
Okay,
Thank you, we appreciate that.
thank you.
I think we'd like to adjourn.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yes, we are.